They sparkle a little something something. Upset because I just really disliked it. But I love the characters. Gizele Anise just really did it for me. I really wasn't worried about any of them.
It's an awful house, and I wanted to get you out. I'm working on a plan right now to come through. I've waited for a lifetime for you to calm down. Oh, nothing feels the same without you now.
Hey guys, it's She to the I to Z, Ellie, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you all the books that I read in 2023. I know it's already 2024 and I should have posted this way back in 2023, but better late than never, you know? If you're new to my channel, make sure you guys please subscribe. Hit the bell to get notified every time I post every week. And then give it a thumbs up. Let's get into the video. I think I have ordered the books in the way I read them. So I'm going to give you my rating and then I'm just going to give you a little debrief. The details will be on the video, whether it needs trigger warnings or whether you guys want the trope and the genre. The first book that I read in 2023 was Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I believe this is a trilogy. And this book, it's about a girl named Anna who basically is an exchange student in Paris, and she meets these amazing friends that just welcome her into Paris even though she doesn't know a single word of French or anything about Paris. But because she's an exchange student who didn't want to leave her home, make her feel very welcomed, and their friend group is just so amazing to her. But also she meets this interesting guy named Sinclair, which is very interesting. They sparkle a little something something, even though technically their lives are complicated already, so you'll just have to find out whether they do continue to ever become something or go back to their lives the way they wanted it to be or just the way they need it to be. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I found it very fun, very like, this is Paris. So I gave it overall 4 stars. I do recommend it to everyone who likes young adult romance. I think it's a very fun, very cute. The second book that I read in 2023 is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Okay. This book had me upset. If you guys want an in-depth book review about it, you have to watch the other previous videos that I posted. I gave it 4.5 stars. I think 4.5 is a really good rating for It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I really enjoyed the way Lily, Ryle, and Atlas played the characters. Like I think it's a real life situation that could happen to anyone, and it's sad yet interesting, healing, and just giving people awareness to. I feel like the way Colleen Hoover writes her books is in either real world situations that people don't like to read, so definitely check the trigger warnings before reading It Ends With Us. I did enjoy it. I really love Atlas. Atlas is my new book boyfriend. He is everything. I love Atlas. So 4.5 stars for sure. The next book is my first book that I DNF'd, and I'm pretty sure it's my only book that I DNF'd in 2023. It is A Good Girls Complex by Elle Kennedy. I DNF'd this book because the vibes are very much OBX, which is Outer Banks. If you guys haven't watched that show, watch it on Netflix. But categorizing rich people as kooks and ogs are basically the poor people. Also giving me after vibes because of certain actions the guy main character and the female main character. And the reason why I DNF'd the book was because of the language. Like, it was just throwing me off, man. Like, I really couldn't read this book. Like, the language for me, I really could read it. I could read it again, but I'm not going to because I just really disliked it. I'm sorry, I did not like The Good Girls Complex by Elle Kennedy. I DNF'd it and I stand by my decision. So sorry. The next book is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, and I loved this book. I'm pretty sure I gave it 5 stars. In the beginning, there's so many characters in this book that is unnecessary but necessary. You only have to memorize like the 4 main people that are in the book. But I love the characters. I had a connection with every single one, and it definitely got me crying because of the overall message. And the plot twist was really good. I did not expect it. I recommend. The next book after that one is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this book, 5 stars. 5 freaking stars because it was so good. Taylor Jenkins Reid, like, I love the way she writes. This is my first ever book by her, and I can already tell I really like her writing. You could picture it as a show. She's very descriptive. You get the idea, you get the imagery that some books just don't have, but Taylor Jenkins Reid just really did it for me. And I really love the characters. I had connections with each and every one of them. I cried, man. I cried over one of these characters because I really did love this character. Too much happening in this book that I recommend to everybody. Like, you guys need to read this book. I recommend. The next book that we have is Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney, and my rating was 3 stars for this book. The characters in this book, I didn't really have a connection. Not that I didn't like them as people, I just didn't feel like, really wasn't worried about any of them either, besides like maybe their dog. If anything, I just like the dog. That's the only, I was worried about the dog more than people. But the overall plot twist, it was good. I liked the plot twist. I kind of saw it happening, but not really. So in the middle of that too. That's why I gave it 3 stars. 3 stars. I do recommend it. I think it's a good psychological thriller. After that book, I read Verity by Colleen Hoover. And Verity is a thrilling, you have bumps on your freaking skin because you have the chills. You get so into the book. And I read this book within a week. I got so freaked out to the point where I had to read the book with my mom in the room or just someone else being in the room, because like to read it by myself, like, no, I can't. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just too much of a scaredy cat. I get scared really easily, but it was really good. I love the characters. Why are people like this? Like, what was behind the action? So I recommend. Next book was Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. It definitely reminded me of someone, like, it's so weird because I love this book, like, but basically it's about this guy named Holden. And Holden is a very interesting 16-year-old who definitely does not believe in authority figures, does not believe in adults being right. Like, older people, I just don't believe like they're truly right in everything, because in reality, we're all humans and we learn something like every day. Just pay attention to the process, learn lessons, because in everything you do learn a lesson. But overall, Holden is a very relatable character, I would believe. So I'm gonna give it 4 stars because it was a really good book. Recommend to everyone who's in their teen years. I do recommend. The next book that I read is If He Had Been With Me by Laurel Nolan. And like, I don't even know how to describe Finn. Like, Finn and Autumn are just so amazing and so beautiful. Their friendship is just something I wish I could have had. Like, when I grew up, I wish I could have had their friendship, because that type of friendship to read in a book is so amazing. And the fact that they kind of like grew apart from each other, and that's not something that is like a spoiler or anything, it literally says it in the synopsis, but the fact that they were like just learning about themselves and then each other, but also growing and communicating and also not communicating at the same time, it's just so interesting because it is, I think this book, like, it definitely could happen in real life. Definitely Finn is one of my book boyfriends, but he is an amazing character. She is an amazing character. So I do recommend it. So good. 5 freaking stars. The next book that I read is Grendel by John Gardner, and I had to read this book because it's a part of our English literature. 3 stars. I did like the character Grendel because of the way he thinks. Philosophical, spiritually, a character who's portrayed as the monster or the evil person between evil and good. I think that was very interesting, the way he thinks. Then the next book that I read was And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. That I don't have the physical copy of because it was a book club book. I believe I gave that one a 3 stars as well. It was good. It kept me somewhat engaged, but at the same time I feel like there was so many characters in the book that were necessary, because in order to continue the book you kind of need all 10 to understand. But I got so confused with some names because there was many names, and I wish they could have had like an audio version that had like different people speaking for their characters. I think that would have made more sense in my brain. I didn't really connect with any of the characters, but I did find the book really interesting and good, and I do recommend it. The last book that I read before, I think it was like right at the end of 2023. It's called Hooked. It's a Never After novel, and this book involves Peter Pan, which is the bad guy in this book, James Hook, who is destined to get his happily ever after with Wendy, who's originally Peter Pan's love interest in the Peter Pan movies. It's a Peter Pan retelling where the villain gets his happily ever after, which is James Hook. This book was so interesting. I never thought that I would read a book like this. I read it within 5 days. There's a plot twist. I think there's 2 plot twists in here, or maybe 1, but they're so close with each other, so I think it's considered 1, but I think it's 2. Didn't expect either of them. Love that. I love when a book catches me off guard. So I did love the plot twist. I did love the characters. Check trigger warnings for sure for this one. Please do look at them before you buy any of these books. Overall, 5 stars. I mean, you're not gonna really get that until you read the book, so might as well go buy it right now. Recommend it to people who want like a fairy tale retelling. That is all the books that I read for 2023. 11. Oh, 12. Oh my god. I completed my book goal. I wanted to read 12 books for each month, and I did it. Oh my god. I really realized that I have 11 physical copy books. One of them belongs to my school, so technically I own physical copy books of the books I read in 2023, and then one of them is I already returned it. But in total, I did reach my reading goal, which was reading a book in each month. Because I'm a brand new reader, I think that was a really good goal to read a book each month. But these are all the books that I read for 2023. Oh my god, that doesn't even want to stick. That doesn't even, like, look at this. That is crazy. The way that it wants to like tilt on my face. But these are all the books that I read in each month for 2023. I've reached my Goodreads goal. Now I'm gonna put all these books back on my shelf, but before I do that, hopefully you guys got like a good little recap. I tried to make this video smaller than it was for last year's recap video for reading all the books in 2022. Hopefully this book was smaller but yet informative in a way that you guys could consider putting these on your TBR. And if you guys want an in-depth tour of each review of my 12 books that I read in 2023, here in one of the pop-up video little clipboards. If you guys want to see in-depth reviews, my true rating, themes, genre, the tropes, go watch the other videos before watching this one, because I'm just gonna put the rating and a little summary. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had a good time. I know I did for sure. Very excited that I got my reading goal. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys had an amazing time. I know I did. And I hope you guys have a really good rest of your day. And thank you guys so much, and bye.